Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of 5 Minute Gaming News. This show that may or may not be 5 minutes. Today in the news, FABLE gets a new narrative lead, and honestly, I'm pretty thrilled. If you don't know, a new FABLE game has been in the works for some time, and man, do I want it to be good. So when I hear via tweet that Anna McGill is taking over as narrative lead, I expect big things. McGill, who has been a writer on several games, but more importantly to me anyway, was the narrative lead on one of my favorite games, Control, and the mind behind the nightmare-fueled puppets in the game, the Threshold Kids. I loved their weird antics so much, and let me tell you, it is weird, that for our review of the game, I literally had a Jesse version commissioned so we could use it. How creepy and insane they are, even the Jesse version. Go find videos of that on the internet. It is David Lynchian. So I'm feeling that someone with that creativity is definitely a plus for the future of FABLE. I'm a huge fan of Control. I love that game. And obviously it's not going to be the same as FABLE, but I'm hoping that that sense of exploration and the wonder and the mystery that is in Control is something that we can see in FABLE, and we'll get some pretty cool stuff. In other news, NFT gaming still sucks, and well, this one won't surprise you. Late last year, or I guess earlier this year, the world was introduced to Dr. Disrespect's upcoming FPS project and the Midnight Society, his studio. And for a minute, people were hype about more creators actually jumping into the space and making games, and things that help them earn a following and a living are now something they're investing back into. Hell, I respect it. I did it myself. Project Moon, as it's been codenamed, was to be the next AAA competitive PvPvE first-person shooter. They promised to be open and transparent about the development process. They said they'd release builds for people to play and give feedback on. Hell, even the pedigree of the studio is Call of Duty money, Halo Infinite, Gears of War, and even Duke Nukem vets. But then we learned that a lot of the other team members were more crypto bros than gaming devs, and then came the big reveal. It's an NFT game. Back in March, we learned that the player feedback and the community interaction will be based on those who buy access via the early Founders Pass NFTs. According to the company, all 10,000 sold out, and it now looks like these players are going to get something soon, as an announcement is expected to be made on July 29th, according to a giant billboard they got in Times Square. Now, mind you, it didn't really say much, and mostly was just a big money spend for ego, but that's really what NFTs are, so it's fitting. Now, with at least 10,000 people each buying in to play the game early, in a blog post, the studio says it'll release snapshots of the game every 6 weeks or so for players who bought in to test and give feedback, which many are pointing to as being something different from early access, more of a quality assurance job. They essentially charged people to be the QA testers for the game. It's certainly an interesting take on outsourcing work, and it has rubbed some people the wrong way, especially right now as QA workers are fighting for unions. This seems to be kind of like going outside of all of that and just outsourcing it to players, which kind of reads as bad taste, but honestly, I don't think anyone at Midnight Society really cares about that. Speaking of things I care about, let's talk this week's releases. Tomorrow, the sandbox platformer and puzzle game Time on Frog Island hops into your life. A shipwrecked sailor on an island of wacky frogs work to repair your ship and relax some hours away in a game that is definitely Animal Crossing inspired, and I know a lot of people who are 100% going to be there for it. Somewhere, Kristen is already downloading this game. On Wednesday, Loopmancer brings all the roguelite 3D platform cyberpunk action you could ever need. It's 2046, and you play as a detective who's been brought back to life and keeps coming back to life every time he dies. Out on PC this week, and expected on consoles soon. Also on the 13th, Escape Academy, the game where you, and if you like a friend, attempt to become the ultimate escape room masters. Designed by real-world escape room experts and creators, this is the game I played a demo of at Summer Games Fest. I loved every minute of it. My partner and I beat it. We got the best time out of anyone there, and honestly, I'm amped to play this one with Dodger. It is gonna be great. Very excited for it. Speaking of excited, I'm very excited for everything going on over at patreon.com/Jesse Cox, where you can find out what the fuss is all about and join the wonderful Nachiket Carve, Taka, and Kenneth Larson. Anyway, that's it for the show. Thanks so much. Please, by all means, thumbs up, like, do whatever makes you happy, and I'll see you tomorrow for another episode of 5 Minute Gaming News.